Thanks to freedom is death. We're coming to get our check.
Brothers and sisters, welcome to the Afro Elite YouTube channel. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, please do so because it really does help the channel grow. We're really trying to get to like 3,000, 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So I would greatly appreciate if you like and enjoy this content and you want to see this channel grow, if you can hit the subscribe button. As you guys are coming in, if you guys can also hit the like button and share this video on your various social media platforms, I would greatly appreciate it. We have our host, Nikki the God, in here. We have our brother Ty Quinn in here, our brother Torian Reigns in here. So we have some people in here, our brother Shots on Target, Iron Will, be one to every single last one of you all. As you guys know that normally we do our broadcast at 7 o'clock Central, but it's a little past 11 o'clock because I had certain things to handle. But I wanted to discuss a couple of things real late. And it's not going to be too long because this is like a late night broadcast. But I wanted to discuss a couple of things with you guys while you guys are here. So let me put because I always forget this. Let me put the social media information down there below. How are you all doing this evening? How was you all's day been? I can't talk right now. How's you all's day been? That's good. You know, just checking in with the family. But let me share something with you guys. Okay. If you guys have been following me on Twitter, you guys have probably seen this. Okay. Let me zoom in a tad bit. This man is Alexander Pagani. He's 29 years old from Woodridge. And it says, now this was just a quote from the article, 29 from Woodridge man was arrested Thursday in Inglewood with 5 loaded guns, over 1,000 rounds of ammunition, and distributing handwritten notes about mass shootings. Okay. First off, salute to the $20 super chat from my brother Iron Will. Much appreciate that super chat, my brother. Shout out to everybody in here already. I appreciate you guys on this late night broadcast. Okay, so he says, keep grinding, bro. I definitely will. Okay, so this dude, if you guys aren't familiar with like the Chicagoland area, Woodridge is like an hour or so away from Chicago. It's a mostly white suburb, and I even stated that. I looked at the percentages later on, and I said Woodridge is a mostly white suburb about an hour outside of Chicago, and Inglewood is a mostly black neighborhood in Chicago. Okay, and then I continued to say, white people go to Chicago to commit violent crimes. They're almost never caught, and it's automatically blamed on, quote, black on black crime. So this goes into the narrative that we're speaking today as far as the lies they tell us, the lies about black on black crime. Oh my God, what about Chicago? All the black on black crime in Chicago is just too out of hand. Oh, those Negroes in Chicago, they just can't get it together. They're always killing each other, and there's so much violence and drug dealing and all of that stuff that happens in Chicago. But what I find very interesting is that nobody's talking about this like it should be talked about. And this is something that I've been trying to tell people for years, and a lot of people in Chicago and in other areas too, because they don't just do this to Chicago, but a lot of people have been saying that a lot of the quote unquote black on black crime, that's not really how that's very inaccurate. A lot of the quote unquote black crime that never gets caught. Okay, I want you to pay attention to the cases, the like extreme egregious cases where like hundreds and thousands of rounds get shot and they're never caught at all. No suspects. Years down the line, nobody knows who did it at all. Okay, I want you to pay very close attention to those cases, because we've been saying, as the people from those neighborhoods, we've been saying those are not people from within the neighborhood. Those are people who come from outside of the neighborhood, and then they do little things, and then they go back to their neighborhood. Now they want to write this dude as some type of one-off situation where this dude had mental issues. I'm not buying any mental issues. I'm not buying any of that. First off, I feel as if this dude is 29 years old. He's writing handwritten notes. Okay, I personally do not believe that this dude was a lone wolf at all. And I said this, if you guys remember, with the Peyton Gendron guy, the guy who he drove like what, 3 hours to the grocery store in Buffalo, New York, to shoot up those black people. I said from the very beginning, the very first thing that I said was that that person is not a lone wolf. Somebody knew what that person was doing. He probably had like a little team, a little setup, and then later on they found that that was true. I personally do not believe that this person had all of this ammunition, all of these guns, and nobody had any clue whatsoever that this person was like this. I do not believe that for one single instant. Okay, I believe that this person has collaborated with a group of people, suspected white supremacists, and he went to Chicago specifically. He went to Inglewood specifically because out of all the places in Chicago to go to, first off, why are you driving an hour away from your neighborhood? If you're gonna be a mass shooter, why? And I'm not condoning mass shooting whatsoever, but I'm just trying to say, if you're gonna do that, why are you going to somebody else's neighborhood? Okay, why are you not going to your neighborhood or anybody else? Why are you specifically making sure you go out of your way to a black neighborhood? Okay, so that lets me know, okay, you probably had some suspected white supremacist tendencies. They all was on their little 4chats or 4chans or whatever discords that they are into, and they all like, Inglewood got mostly black people, so if you really want to get some of those black people, you got to go to Inglewood. So he went to Inglewood. Now luckily he actually didn't harm anybody, because he was shooting rounds at late at night and nobody was just in the park. And I want you guys to pay very close attention to these suspicious drive-by killings where there's no suspects whatsoever, despite all of the street cameras. If you guys ever visit Chicago, you guys will learn about, if you just pay close attention to the street cameras that are all around Chicago, And then you'll think to yourself, how does this make sense that these mass criminals, that they're committing all of this crime and they don't ever get caught? But there's so many cameras. There's cameras. You can be going 80 miles an hour and the cameras are so precise, they're able to take your license plate and you're going 80 miles an hour. Okay? Now, your cell phone camera is not even that precise. Something going 80 miles an hour and you try to take a picture of it, you're not going to be able to read the license plate with that much accuracy. If at all, it's just going to be a blur. So these cameras are, and they're really high up, so these cameras are that precise. And yet those super precise cameras that are giving tickets left and right, they're never able to identify the vehicle or the person doing all of these shootings. That just seems very suspicious to me, doesn't it? It seems kind of odd, don't you think? And this is why. Because these are people from outside Chicago. These are a lot of white people and non-black people, because you do have your Hispanics who do it as well too. But these are white people who, hey, I just got the urge to kill people, so let me go to a black neighborhood and then let me commit some violence. Not only do I get my demented rocks off by killing a bunch of innocent people who had nothing to do with anything wrong, but I also can stir up the pot, because when the news picks it up And when the police start investigating it, then it's going to be, oh, this must be gang related. This must be black on black crime. Oh my God, what are we going to do with the neighborhood? And that further helps to gentrify the neighborhood. So it's really them trying to kill two birds with one stone. But they'll tell you, and this goes into the theme of tonight's episode, they'll tell you, oh, this is really black on black crime. And, Chicago is just so terrible because you have the deadbeat black dads and the baby mamas and all of the gang culture and the rap music that goes on, and and you see the black boys, they're just wild animals, and the black girls are just ghetto hood rats, and it's just the culture of them in Chicago. It's nothing wrong with us at all. It's just them. Look at all the violence. Okay. And you can see this person went to Chicago to commit those violent acts. Okay. He deliberately went there for that reason, for that purpose. So the whole black on black crime, what about Chicago? What about the white folks who come to Chicago to start stuff? What about that? Okay. Yeah. Exactly. He had the plan, so it says you had a plan, so you thought. Exactly. His plan really didn't work. Thank God, to be honest. I'm glad that it didn't. I'm so glad nobody got hurt. I'm glad, but I want you to understand he did have a plan. This person didn't just drive to Inglewood, a park in Inglewood, for no reason. He didn't just randomly look at a map and be all like, you know what, I'm going to go right here. That's not what he did at all. What this person did is, and I'm saying it, this is if anything, if I know anything, I know for a solid fact that this person did not plan this by himself. Or at least, at the very least, somebody knew what he was planning on doing. That he's given some type of signs that he was going to do something like that. He's made threats online. He's made threats at his school. Something like that has happened before. Some type of incident. Watch you guys find out that this person has a arrest record and he's had run-ins with the law, because they all wind up having run-ins with the law. They all do. So I'm telling you, somebody knew about this before this incident happened. This is not catching everybody by surprise. I'm telling you that. If I know anything, I know that for a fact. I know that for a solid fact. And he went to Inglewood, which is pretty much mostly black. Inglewood is like 90+% black. So he went to Inglewood of all places because he was looking to kill black people. And you can't convince me anything otherwise. Because if it wasn't the case, why didn't he go? Because Inglewood is in the south side. So why didn't he go? Because if you don't know where he stays, if you don't know where Woodridge is, that's kind of a suburb closer to the west side. So why didn't he go where the Hispanics are? Why didn't he go up north where the white folks are? Why didn't he go anywhere else? Why did he go specifically where he felt most of the black people were going to go? If it wasn't a racial thing. So you're not going to be able to convince me that it's not a racial thing. Okay, now I am going to be looking into this case in further detail. I will be looking into this case with further detail. So if you guys subscribe to the channel, which you should, you guys should be expecting some type of updates coming soon. If they don't just kind of like dead the story. Okay. So yeah, we have a lot of people in here. I appreciate you guys for being here. Now, two, right, I'm sure you guys have heard of Trump's house getting raided. Apparently they said that Trump took some type of classified information, some classified documents after he left the White House. So they raided his house. They got a warrant to raid his house. People want to know my opinion of it. As you guys know, I am not a Donald Trump supporter in the slightest bit. I'm still looking into the situation. I really don't care too much. I don't feel sorry for Donald Trump. I do feel like this is probably them they're looking to make Trump the boogeyman again, because Trump hasn't been in the White House for over 2 years. So these important documents that you guys say that you felt Trump took. And Trump doesn't pack his own bags either, but you guys feel like Trump took these documents and put them in his personal house. They've been missing for 2 years, and you just noticed that now. I mean, it seems kind of odd. Not that I feel bad for Donald Trump, but what I feel very interesting about the situation is the reaction from Trump supporters, because they're online. If you guys have seen it on Twitter, they've been saying defund the FBI. The whole narrative of defund the police, they were the ones who are primarily against that. Oh no, back the badge, back the blue, blue lives matter, the thin blue line, and police have a very dangerous job and they have families they want to get back to. And if you guys would just comply with the police, and if you guys would just do what you're told to do and stop committing crimes, the police would stop messing with you guys. And if you guys would stop resisting arrest, the police wouldn't have to do anything. And they were the ones who were going out of their way to reach and make sure every single death of a black person by the hands of the police were justified. That's them people. And now that Trump got kind of a taste of his own medicine, because Trump was back in the badge too. Let's not ever forget that, because too often we have this thing where we don't understand like nuance. We don't understand the balance between things. We don't understand the fact that Joe Biden is the bad guy and Donald Trump is the bad guy. Like sometimes I don't know why that confuses certain people. They feel like, well, if Joe Biden is the bad guy, that means that Donald Trump was really the good guy the whole time. No, it does not mean that at all. They're both the bad guy. Okay. One is more bad than the other. I personally believe that. If anybody asks me my personal opinion, I will tell you personally that I believe Joe Biden is far worse of a president, of somebody to be in the presidential office, than Donald Trump is. I will, and this is just Afro Elite's opinion on that. But that does not mean that Donald Trump is a good guy. That does not mean that. And I really need us to understand those things, okay? They're both the bad guy. They are both the bad guy. Just because one has a worse history than the other one does not mean that the other one is a good guy, okay? We have to understand that. So, I don't feel bad for Donald Trump because he was out there caping for the police, caping for law enforcement. I made a whole broadcast, a whole video about Donald Trump, the racist history of Donald Trump. I did that last year, right before the not last year. I did that in 2020. I did that in 2020 before the election. Okay. And I showed you how Donald Trump was caping for the police, for police brutality. I showed you guys that. So I don't feel bad for Donald Trump. But I find interesting is that these are the same Trump supporters who are saying that we need to just comply. Everything's not always about race. We are playing victim. We want to be oppressed. We want to complain, and we just don't want to follow instructions and follow rules. Now, this goes into the theme of tonight's broadcast, the lies they tell us. These are the lies. Oh, if you guys would just comply, if you guys would just do what you're supposed to, the police would leave you alone. They're good people. They have families, and they just want to do what's best for society. See, it's you guys' fault, you little niggers. It's you guys' fault. You guys are just not complying. You guys are just disobeying the law. It's your fault, really. Now, when it happens to Donald Trump, it's, oh my God, you see the society we live in. We live in a racist society. See Donald Trump don't do nothing. And they're sitting up there, I can't believe this happened to Donald Trump. Defund the FBI, dude. Now, they were the ones telling us that they were the ones telling us Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization. See, you guys, you niggers are always making this about race, man. George Floyd died because of a drug overdose. It wasn't the fact that he was choked to death. We all saw it. Remember, that's what they were telling us, the lies that they tell us. Police are good people. Fund the police. We need more money for the police, man. All right. Oh, and then we say, all right, okay, if it's just more money for the police, okay. The police are never wrong. Let them tell it. Okay. Now when they get a taste of their own medicine, then it's, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. The police are out of control. We got to stop them. We got to defund the FBI of all things. This is crazy. This is absolutely wild. Now, all of the notorious things that the FBI has done to black people specifically, do I have to remind you guys of COINTELPRO? All of the racist, notorious things that they've done to black people, then as well, the police, they do have a dangerous job. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have to understand. I mean, if you guys weren't causing such a ruckus, if you guys would just go along to get along, we wouldn't have these problems. Okay, all right. Now, when it happened to Donald Trump, oh, I can't believe this. This America, what has happened to this country? No, we're not buying that. We are not buying that. These are the lies they tell us. I don't feel bad. I do not feel bad. Whether it was justified or unjustified for them to go in his house, I can't tell you I feel bad. I can't tell you that. They want to talk about no. That's your own issue. And if everybody can please subscribe, like, and share, if everybody could subscribe, like, and share, I would very much so appreciate that on this late night broadcast with Afro Elite. Greatly appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Be one to everybody in the room so far. But what I really wanted to do is I really wanted to leave things off on a positive note. A positive note. Yes, of course. I wanted to talk about Senate passing the anti-lynching bill and sends federal hate crime legislation to Biden. Okay, and this happened on March 8th, 2022, earlier this year. Oh, wow, this is so... And here comes Bobby Rush, and look, it's Emmett Till. Okay, all right. So let's listen to this. This is so positive, right? The lies they tell us. So let's look into it. Let's look into it. Okay, hold on. Let me zoom. Let me make it a tad bit bigger in case you guys want to see it. Oh, wait, you guys can't really see it like that anyway, but I'm still going to do that. Okay. The Senate unanimously passed a bill on Monday that criminalizes lynching and makes it punishable by up to 30 years in prison. It sailed through the House of Representatives last month, and President Biden is expected to sign it. Oh, wow, that's so great. That's wonderful. Okay, it continues to say, while it eased through both chambers of Congress, this time with virtually no opposition, the path to passage took more than 100 years and 200 failed attempts. Under the bill named after Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act, after the 14-year-old boy from Chicago who was lynched while visiting family in Mississippi, a crime can be persecuted as a lynching when a hate crime results in the death or injury, said Representative Bobby Rush, a longtime sponsor of the legislation. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is where they get into, what happened with the Emmett Till situation. Okay, so let's go down. Okay, so this is what Senator Tim Scott had to say. Let's listen to what Senator Tim Scott had to say. Tonight, the Senate passed my... Okay, hold on. Let me go back. The Senate passed my anti-lynching legislation, taking a necessary and long overdue step towards a more unified and just America. Oh my God, we're so unified and just. Now, it continues to say, after working on this issue for years, I am glad to have partnered with colleagues on both sides of the aisles to finally get this done. Oh, wow. Okay. So there we have it. Okay. So if you guys wanted to know, are things changing? Because the thing is that, and as a man, I will admit sometimes I can be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that bills and stuff don't matter unless they're enforced. So maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, and that's what I was thinking. Wait, guys, hold on for a second. I just did a little bit of further digging, and then look at this. Look at this. Grand jury declines to indict woman whose accusation led to Emmett Till's lynching. Wait, hold on. Let me look at the date to this. This was 2 days ago. Guys, I'm surprised. Wait, hold on. Somebody can somebody explain this to me? I thought we just had an anti-lynching bill. I thought that anti-lynching bill was just passed. How does this make any sense? First off, why did they need a grand jury in this situation at all is beyond me. Okay, she has a warrant for her arrest. What does a grand jury have to do with the warrant that's issued for her arrest that was never served? So the fact that they needed a grand jury, who handpicked this racist ass grand jury in the first place? But what happened to the anti-lynching bill? See, these are the lies that they tell you when they be all like, "Oh my God, look at the anti-lynching bill that we passed. Vote for us. See, we're making things happen. It takes voting and step by step, and you just gotta trust the process. If you trust the process, then we gonna get it done. We gonna get it all together and hold hands and kumbaya and change shall come." And then listen. The thing is that when they passed that bill, that was just empty symbolism. They were hoping that Carolyn Bryant was gonna die before we found her. I'm telling you right now, that's what they were betting on. They were betting that Carolyn Bryant was gonna croak, and then they were gonna find her, be like, "Oh my God, she's just the one that got away. If only we found her before. We just didn't know where she was." But it won't happen again, y'all. It won't happen again. You see with the anti-lynching, the Emmett Till anti-lynching hate crime bill, you see, we won't even allow anything like that to happen again. That's what they were planning on. But what was the monkey wrench in their plan was the fact that she was found. First off, the warrant was found. Okay, that's number one. And then it was, okay, well, the warrant is found. Oh my God, but we just don't know where she is. Oh, wow. I mean, if only we knew where she was. It's just so unfortunate that we just don't know where she is. I guess we should just stop looking for her. She could be anywhere. Oh, wait, we found her in Kentucky. Oh, but you know what? Screw it then. We're not going to indict her. Okay. We're not gonna indict her. Just screw it. Okay, we tried to lie. We're just gonna be honest. We're not gonna indict her. That's what they did. That's literally what they did. All of the lies that they were telling you about this anti-lynching bill, these bills. Oh my God. See, if this bill existed back during the day, she would be indicted. Oh my God, she would be indicted. If this bill, we just needed this bill back in the day, and they made it all cute and stuff with the naming it after Emmett Till. Oh, it's the Emmett Till anti-lynching bill. You see what I'm saying? And then you find Carolyn Bryant, and then you all like, oh well, it is what it is. We ain't gonna do nothing. Y'all just leave it alone. What about this anti-lynching bill that you guys were puffing your chest out and you guys wanted to hang on the wall as a trophy? We find her. She's been found. We know where she is. And you telling me this so what is this anti-lynching bill supposed to do then? If it's not going to arrest and indict the person who was the cause of the bill. I want you guys to understand, Carolyn Bryant, she is the sole cause of why all that stuff happened with Emmett Till in the first place. Yeah, we know it was her husband and her stepbrother. We understand that. But she was the one who told her husband and her stepbrother. She is the sole cause of that. She is 110% responsible for everything that happened to Emmett Till. And they have a fake ass Emmett Till lynching bill, whatever it's named. And then they find her and they go like, oh well, y'all just go home. Ain't nothing you can do. No, man. No, forget that. Screw that, man. These are some of the stupid lies that they tell you. Now let's continue to read some of the reasons as to why. Let's continue to read some of before I get that. Actually, Let me acknowledge the chat room so far. Let me see who's up in here. Of course, we have our mods. We have Nikki the God. We have Torian Rain. Let me see anybody. Oh, Mr. Lone Wolf. We have D Reed, Monique, Angelique, and Iron Will, of course. Let me see. We have Beanie Man, Steal My Beats, Beatzilla, Joel, the middle child, Nubian DNA, Eth, um, Ethelyn Harris, Ethelyn Harris. Okay, Spud, Big Bo. B1 to every single last one of you guys. Okay. Now let's continue to read the reason, because it kind of breaks down a little bit of the unjustified reason. But before we get into it, I want you guys to understand Carolyn Bryant originally she got off because of I'm white and I say so. Everybody knew that she did it. Everybody, all of the white jurors back during that time, they knew she did it. They knew her family did it. They knew that 100%. They let her go. All of them. Okay. Then they continue to brag about it. She was out there selling books like, yeah, I did it. She confessed to lying. She was like, oh yeah, that never happened. I just lied. She confessed to lying. If you guys can find that clip, now she wants to say she didn't confess. She confessed to lying on Emmett to a 14-year-old little boy and getting him tortured and murdered. She confessed to that. Okay. And was pretty much able to live the rest of her life without any consequences for what she did. None whatsoever. Okay. And now she's not going to be punished. Now I want to ask you another question, a rhetorical question. Where are all of these angry white folks, these white liberals that claim they care so much about black people? Where are all the white people who a couple years ago they were outside protesting with black people? Oh my God, Black Lives Matter, man. I'm so sorry that happens to you. See, I'm white, but I'm a white ally to you all. I'm with the soil, bro. Exactly, Iron Will. Where are the white feminists who care so much about? Oh my God, Shaquita, I care so much about you, the black people. I do. I really do. Where are all of they? Where's the outrage? Okay, when I tell you they have not changed, the mentality of the dominant society has not changed towards black people, I'm really being honest. They really have not. Even the quote unquote nice ones. Listen, let me tell you something. Most of the white people I have met, just like in passing, like at work or whatever the case may be, they don't come off as racist, but they don't have to. I want you guys to understand that. They don't have to come off as racist. Okay? One of the biggest mistakes that we have been making is that thinking that all racist people are like Richard Spencer. All racist people got like a damn swastika tattooed on their neck and they're hurling the N-word every 5 seconds. That's the mistake that we've made. And I submit to you that most racist people aren't like that. Most racist people are like, yeah, I have black friends. I'm not racist. I think everybody should just be happy. And I don't even see. Most racist people, I submit to you, will tell you that they don't see race, that race doesn't matter to them. That's what they'll tell you. And then you'll have some black people like, oh, you see, race don't matter to me. You a man, I'm a man. You a Christian, I'm a Christian. Like Roland Martin. You a Christian, I'm a Christian. You a man, I'm a man. We all family. We all human. That's what they try to convince stupid black people into believing. Like Roland Martin. Exactly. They be the worst ones. They're the worst ones. They be the ones like, yeah, Black Lives Matter, man, Black Lives Matter. And then they'll be calling the police on you. They'll be in the window, yeah, like, yeah, there's a little black little boy and he's selling, I think, lemonade and crack. I think you should come and kill him. They'd be the worst ones. Remember, if you guys remember the case of what's that name? I forgot her name. The Karen, the Central Park 5 Karen, who was walking her dog, and then the black dude, um her last name was Cooper. I remember that. I don't remember her first name, but her last name was Cooper, and she was walking her dog, and she was like, oh my god, I'm gonna tell the police that you're attacking a black man. She specifically called him a black. I'm gonna tell the police that a black man is attacking me and my dog, because she knew, um it's an unspoken thing. It's unspoken, and every single last one of them, every single Amy Cooper, thank you, Bezilla, Amy Cooper, every single last one of them knows. I'm telling you, this is coming from me. Every single last one of them knows. None of them are stupid about the racial disparity between white people and black people when it comes to law enforcement. Every last one of them know that. It's an unspoken rule. All of them, from the conservatives all the way to the liberals, all of them know that. So when they say, oh, I'm telling the police that a black man is attacking me and my dog, that she knows what that means. She knows exactly what that means. That's why she said it like that. He knows what that means. Everybody knows what that means. That's why she said it like that. And then when she started calling the police, she was like, oh my God, it's a black man. This is attacking me and my dog. Help me, help me. She did that because she knows what that means. And she knows what the police are. That's all the police need, to just run up there and blow him away. That's all they needed. And she knows that, and he knew that. That's why he stayed recording. Okay, which really saved his life. But those are the people, the Central Park Karen, those are the people who will say, I don't see race. I dated a black guy in college. I dated Tyrone. He was a football player. I dated him in college. Yeah. We went to Starbucks and everything. That's what they would tell you, okay? They all, listen, I asked this question to a family member a few years ago. I said, if white people, just collectively, every single last one of them, if white people had the opportunity to go back in time, like if there was a time machine, a window in time, whatever, if they had the opportunity and the ability to go back in time to like the early 1700s or even the 1800s, if they had the opportunity to go back in time and end slavery, do you think that they would do it? He said, yeah, I think that most white people would do it. And I told him, I feel like most white people wouldn't do it. And this is coming from me, I feel as if most white people feel the same way about slavery, Jim Crow, and oppression of our people that they did 100 years ago. The same percentage of racist white people that existed 100 years ago is the exact same percentage of racist white people that live today. They just hide it differently. They're just a little bit better when it comes to hiding it. Okay, because back in the day, they could openly say, you're a porch monkey, you're a nigger. I don't like niggers. I don't want niggers in my house. I don't want niggers in my neighborhood. They could tell you that 100 years ago. Okay, and in the 1920s, they could tell you that. Okay, they can't tell you that now. Now they can't tell you that because they would get in trouble, because that's not supposed to be the rule anymore. Okay, so they'd be like, oh no, I don't mind black people living here. I really don't. It's just the loud, ghetto, ratchet, evil music, the rap music. Like, who would listen? All that killing? Oh my God. That's what they tell you now. Oh, it's not you. It's not because you're black. It's not because you're black at all. It's just because of everything else. That's what they tell you. But it's because you're black. It's because you're black. Because they be having a little Satan worshiper in the basement who plans mass shootings, but they'll complain about a black person's music being too loud. All that ghetto rapping and the killing and the drug dealing, and you got somebody who's orchestrating a little bomb to blow up their school with, and they don't say anything about that. Okay, so you can miss me with that. You can miss me with that. And the fact that the grand jury, whoever was picked in the grand jury, the fact that they decided not to indict Carolyn Bryant shows you exactly how they feel today. Because the white society, they'll make it seem like, oh my God, if only there was so many non-racist white people that they were today. Like if that happened today, oh my God, it would be such a totally different thing. They make it seem like such has changed. So many things have changed, but they haven't really changed. Okay, all this happened all the way back in the 1950s. Okay, Emmett Till was murdered in the 1950s. We're in 2022, and they're still letting this woman off. Okay, but let's read about some of the reasons why. Yeah, exactly. Carolyn Bryant is the supreme Carolyn. Exactly. She is like she's like the mother of all Karens. She is the mother of all Karens. Now let's look at the case, okay? It says a Mississippi grand jury declined to indict the white woman whose accusation led to the kidnapping and death of Emmett Till in 1955, making it unlikely she will ever be prosecuted for her role in the lynching of that that nemesis. Oh, the word is broken up. The fueled. I'm sorry. The word is broken up here. I'm like F you. I'm looking at like it's that fueled the civil rights movement. Okay, I apologize about that. Okay, a grand jury in Leflore, I believe that's how it's pronounced, county, listened to more than 7 hours of testimony from investigators and witnesses last week before determining that there was insufficient evidence to indict Carolyn Bryant Donham. I think Carolyn Bryant Donham. I believe maybe Donham is her last name and Bryant is her middle name or whatever. She's 87 years old, okay? Carolyn Bryant Donham, 87, on charges of kidnapping and manslaughter. Okay, she needs charges on racial hate crime and murder in the first degree. These are just not good enough charges, to be honest. She needs charges on kidnapping, aiding and abetting, lying to police, racial hate crime, first degree murder, and murder of a minor. Kidnap and murder of a minor. She needs charges on all of those things. Okay. This is the second time the grand jury has heard of evidence of I guess Donham is her last name, of against Donham, according to the news release from D. Wayne Richardson, the county district attorney. I think we need to pay W. Richardson, whatever his name is, I think we need to pay him a visit. I think we need to pay him a little visit. We're talking about pull up summer. If there's any reason to pull up this summer, I feel like this is the main reason. I feel like this is a big reason why we need to be pulling up this summer. I think that somebody needs to have a good long conversation with Mr. Richardson. I just honestly feel that way. Okay. Now, continuing, it says the Reverend Wheeler Parker, Till's cousin, came out. This is called the outcome, quote, unfortunate, but predictable. Okay. The prosecutor tried his best, and as we appreciate the prosecutor. Now, this is quote. Okay, I'm sorry. Quote: the prosecutor tried his best. And why did he say a prosecutor tried his best? Because the prosecutor really didn't. I don't give it. The prosecutor tried to do what? The prosecutor didn't try to let her go. That's what the prosecutor tried to do. Listen, as the Jason Black and Professor Black Truth tells you, prosecutors can indict a ham sandwich if they wanted to, if they so pleased to do so. So anytime the prosecutor fails to indict anybody on anything, I want you guys to understand that's because the prosecutor really didn't want to prosecute. That's the only reason. You can't listen. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a politician. I'm not a prosecutor. I'm not none of that. And if I was in his shoes, I would have found a way for her to be prosecuted. On the first day on the job, that would have been the number one thing I would have went after, and she would have been prosecuted. I could have did a better job. So don't tell me that the prosecutor did the best he could do. Damn that. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Okay. But as we continue, okay, he says the prosecutor tried his best, and we appreciate his efforts. Lord have mercy. But he alone cannot undo hundreds of years of anti-black systems that guarantee those who killed Emmett Till would go unpunished to this day, Parker said in his statement. Okay, see the Reverend, he doesn't want to mess up his damn white audience that he has. Oh, he tried his best, but we couldn't make it happen. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Donham, which is Carolyn Bryant, Donham accused Emmett Till, 14, who was black, of making lewd remarks and grabbing her. Grabbing her? Since when did this pop up? Grabbing her? When did he grab her? Now they're just starting to make stuff up. But anyway, we all know it's a lie anyway. And grabbing her while she worked at a family store in Money, Mississippi. Till, now, okay, we all know about the situation with Till. Okay. Now I really want to get to Roy Bryant, which was her husband, and Malin were arrested. And now this is the family right here. This is this little witch right here, the mother of all Karens. And these are the two grown men. If you can see it, let me zoom in a little bit. These are the two grown men who kidnapped a 14-year-old boy, tortured and murdered him, and got away and was able to live the rest of their pathetic, devilish lives scot-free. Okay. Exactly. Can y'all please hit that like button? I would greatly appreciate that. Please hit that like button. Okay. So let's continue. In 2017, the Justice Department reopened the investigation after reports of Donham had been recounted her statement about Emmett Till, but found, quote, insufficient evidence that she lied to the FBI. Listen, okay. The Justice Department reopened the investigation after reports that Donham had recounted her statements about Emmett Till. Okay, so in 2017, she said that she lied, and then they said, oh, it's still insufficient evidence. Damn, what do y'all need? A HD 4K video of her doing that in the damn 1950s? What the lines of insufficient evidence is just mind-blowing to me. Okay, but it continues to say, in June, it was an unserved arrest warrant for Donham was found. Okay, this happened in June, just a couple months ago, was found in LaFleur County Circuit Creek's basement. Okay, somebody found it in the basement, leading Till's family to again call for her arrest. That discovery and additional information led prosecutors to present the matter to a jury, Richardson said in the news release. Why did that need to go to a jury? Okay, because there's no statute of limitation on murder or kidnapping. So why did that need to go? That's my question. That's my first question when I'm reading this. Why did this need to go to a grand jury unless they knew, because they handpicked the grand jury, unless they knew, okay, we're just going to let her go. We want to let her go. So we're going to handpick the grand jury, because when we let her go, you can't point at the prosecutor. You can't point at the district attorney. You have to point at the grand jury. And because of the way the grand jury is set up, we can't tell you who's on the grand jury. That's why they did that. Okay. Quote, the murder of Emmett Till remains an unfortunate tragedy in this country, and the thoughts and prayers of the nation continue to be with the family of Emmett Till, Richardson said. Okay. Yeah, Esmond is in here. Exactly. What did the grand jury look like? I'm I'm willing to bet the farm that the grand jury was mostly Caucasian, if not all Caucasian. If I was a betting man, I would bet that the grand jury is 100% white. That's what I would bet. And they did that slick little stuff because they know for a fact that nobody can really look up the grand jury. You can't find the grand jury's address or any personal information on the grand jury. So they could have found a bunch of people from the Proud Boys and selected them to be on the grand jury and be like, oh my God, it looks like the grand jury decided not to indict. There's nothing we can do. Oh man, if only it was different. If only it was different. Why? If they found the warrant that was never served, I want you guys to understand this. The warrant was never served. Plus, the time that the warrant was issued and it was never served for whatever reason, the time that the warrant was issued, her story was the fact that Emmett Till was whistling at her and winked at her and was harassing her in the store. That was her story. Then in 2017, she told a different story. Okay. So you not only do you have a warrant that was never served at all, you also have her, because right after the murder, right after the case, the trial in the 1950s, she confessed that, oh yeah, we did it. Yeah, we kidnapped him. We killed him. Yeah, we did it. We ain't going to jail for it. We lied. Okay, what y'all gonna do? And it was nothing. They didn't do nothing about it because white people didn't care that Emmett Till was killed. They didn't care at all. And they still don't today. Okay? They still do not care. So she lied right after the trial. She confessed right after the trial. And then in 2017, she said, hey, none of that really happened. I just saw this little black dude, didn't like him. And had my little racist ass husband and his brother kill him. And now you're talking about, so you have the warrant that was never served, okay? You have her confession right after the trial, and then you have her recounting the events, which is her lying to the police, lying to law enforcement in 2017. You have all of these three things, yet the grand jury, which you didn't need, couldn't indict her. They couldn't find a way to indict her. Get out of here. Get out of here with all of that, man. These are the lies they tell when they tell you, America is changing. It might not be the change that we want, but change is coming. Change is a process. You know what I'm saying? You change it. It takes a little bit of time for change to really happen. And you just got to wait and you got to vote. Remember, you got to vote. Everybody has to vote so hard and make sure you vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris because of the anti-lynching bill. And look at all of the things that we're doing. Look at this. Joe Biden is looking really bad right now. Let me tell you. If anything Joe Biden should have gotten right, it should have been this. There's a lot of things he did wrong, but man, he's just taking L after L when it comes to black voters. I just want to know where all of those Biden supporters were, where all these Biden sexuals were, who were saying that we got to get rid of Trump or else we're going to die. We need justice. We need change. So let's vote for Donald Trump. And Kamala Harris is the first black president. How does the first black vice president, how does the first black vice president feel about Emmett Till's murder going unpunished? I just want to know that. She's the first black, and I say black in air quotes, she's the first black VP. So I just want to know how she feels personally with all of her melanated blackness inside of her heart. How does she feel about Emmett Till's murder not going unpunished? Doesn't she, as a black woman, feel like this sets a bad precedent for black children, especially black children, being murdered by white supremacists? Doesn't that set a bad precedent? Okay. This stuff, when I tell you guys that these people, there's no changing the minds in the hearts of these people. You can't reform, and that's what I was saying before in my previous broadcast. You cannot reform a white supremacist. You can't reform them. You can't, the police reform thing, that's not going to work. That's not going to work because you can't reform what's inside of them. They didn't become police and then become white supremacists. They were white supremacists years before they became police. Okay? So you can't reform them. You can't reform the politicians. You can't reform these people are beyond reforming. These people are beyond teaching what the right thing is supposed to be. They know what the right thing is supposed to be. Nobody is confused about racism. They all know, every single last one of them. From the ones that say, I don't see race, and I just, show me where a law is racist. Show me where on the books, they say that all the time. Show me where on the books you can do something if you're white, but you can't if you're black. Show me on the books. Show me a racist law that's still on the books. They say that all the time. From those people, or the people who are like, oh my God, Black Lives Matter. I understand, there are some white supremacists. And then when they say the some white supremacists, they always point to the most extreme white supremacists. They'll point to the KKK and like the cops like Derek Chauvin and the Proud Boys and the Republicans, but they won't point to the racism on their side. I'm telling you, all of them feel they still have the same anti-black or the white supremacist hatred for our people that their ancestors did 100 years ago. Their ancestors who would take their little children to watch black people getting lynched. I'm sure you guys have seen those postcards. I'm not going to show it here because I don't really like to engage on like the trauma porn thing. That's why I don't really like to show like the actual videos of black people getting murdered and graphic images, because sometimes I just feel like that stuff is too bad for black people to listen to, right? I just sometimes I feel like it weighs on the psyche, so that's why I don't want to show it, right? But all of those people who would take their little bitty children to watch a black person getting lynched, you think as they were babies, you think those little babies who would show up to those lynchings, you think they're still not alive today? They're still alive today. Okay? All of those people still feel the exact same way. They just don't tell you. Back in the day, they used to be honest with it. They used to say, hey, yeah, I don't like black people. I don't want black people over here. This is a white-only restaurant. This is a white-only store. This is a white-only town. Listen to me when I tell you this. They still have sundown towns in 2022. They still have sundown towns in today's time. They still do. Okay, all throughout the country. They still got racist police. Let me show you something else. Okay. Hold on. Let me see something. I want to show you. I shared this on my I had shared this earlier on my Twitter. Have you guys seen this? Which is why you guys should be following me on Twitter if you guys haven't done so already. But look at this, y'all. Hold on. Y'all see it? Look at this. Alabama disbands police force after racist text messages received. Now look at what the racist text is saying. I don't know if you guys can see it. It might be a little blurry. Okay. This number, and they blurred out the whole number, says, what do you call a pregnant slave? And this is coming from the cop. There's somebody saying, question mark. Bingo. Buy one, get one free. Coming from the police. This is coming from the police, so much so. And then they had to do an investigation. They wound up having to disband the entire police force. The entire police force. So when they tell you things have changed, they haven't changed. None of them have changed. Not at all. Okay? So this is why it's up to us So first off, not be deceived by any of the lies they tell you, not the black on black crime. Oh my God, the black on black crime. Don't believe that. Don't believe police are changing. Don't believe they can be reformed. Don't believe these white liberals who care so much about you. They put Black Lives Matter in their hashtag and their Instagram and bio, and they get a whole bunch of likes and nonprofits. And then when black people really need them, like black people really needed, well, not really needed, but black people could have used them to help them with the Emmett Till situation. You can't even find an angry white liberal. You cannot find an angry white person about the situation with Carolyn Bryant and Emmett Till. You don't see one single angry white person. Now, there was a ton of angry white people when Roe v. Wade got overturned, when they were talking about abortions, the states get to control the legal rights of abortions. There was angry people all over the country talking about, well, what about black women? Don't they die in childbirth? Oh my God, what about you sisters? I'm your white ally. What about you sisters? What about that? So now what about black people? You can't find a single white ally, and I use that word very cautiously, who is upset about this. Don't believe any bit of what they're telling you. All of these things are lies. They do not care about you. They don't care about us. I mean, okay. And it's really gotten me upset because there are some black people, unfortunate as it is, that believe that, oh my God, white people aren't all bad. All white people aren't bad. Yeah, not all of them, just the same few that wasn't bad 100 and 200 years ago. Those are the same few who aren't bad now. That's the exact same few. Okay. I've been ignoring the chat room, but I see you guys in the chat. Yeah, they had to they had to throw the whole force away. They disbanded the entire. Do you know how bad it is to disband the whole police force? Do you know how much racism you have to find to disband the whole police force? Do you understand that? Man. It says, why can't some of us just have a national breakup with white? Yeah, hey, that's what I'm saying. We need to learn, we need to get our reparations, we need to get our tangibles, we need to get our economy together, and we need to start doing for self. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. That's what I'm working for. We don't need to be around them no more. Because if anything, if it hasn't been after all of the civil rights and all of the inclusion and interracial marriage and all of that stuff, if that doesn't change them, what will? What will change them? If it's not 100 years that's changed them. Emmett Till was murdered in 1955. It's 2022. Okay? It's 2022. And these people are still the same. So time is not going to change them. Racism isn't like a thing that's just going to fade away with time. It's just not going to happen. Racism is a thing that you have to dismantle. It's going to become deeper with time, to be honest. It's like a evil, toxic weed, and it's going to destroy everything around it. You have to destroy it. You can't just leave it there and say, oh, well, it'll die soon enough. It's clearly not dead. It's clearly alive and well. You have to destroy racism and replace it with a system of justice. That's what has to happen. Let me see. So many of us are in the sucker. Exactly. She now you say y'all seen the Nigerian who was killed by his Becky was arrested for yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that. And let me speak on that. That was a good point. You guys remember the broadcast I did about Christian Ubumseli? The Nigerian who was bragging about how much he liked white women and how much black women, when he says black women, he means FBA women, were akadas and we were ghetto and we were lazy. He was talking about us, black foundationals as in general. And then he was talking about FBA women in specific when he was talking about black women. Oh, how much he loved white women. And he said white women in booty shorts, where they at, and all of that stuff. And then he see his little Becky. Oh, it's trouble in paradise, huh? I saw the little clip. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see if I can find it. I think might be able to find it on Tariq's page. Let me see. Hold on. Because I think he just did a broadcast and he mentioned it, so I'm sure he probably has the clip on his page. Okay, I'm trying to look for the actual elevator fight. He might not have the actual elevator fight, but yeah, they were fighting on the elevator. They were fighting on the elevator, and she was attacking him. She was beating him up and all that on the elevator. So, it's a trouble in paradise. Then she wound up stabbing him to death. Okay. Now, when they say black women aren't feminine and black women are too masculine and all of that stuff, oh, okay. And then you get with a damn serial killer ass Becky. That's so ironic. That's so ironic. I don't feel bad. I really don't, to be honest. See, the thing is that we have to understand reality. Everybody feels that they can do stuff and it'll never come back to bite them. Okay. You have to understand what comes around goes around. Okay. You get what you give in this world, which is why I always preach to people the virtues of being a good person, being an honorable person, being a respectable person. Okay. Because what comes around goes around. Now, it might take a while for you to receive the blessings that you give to people. It might take a while. It might take years. But if you stay consistent on your purpose, it'll come to fruition. Okay. If you do bad things, you plot little things, you block your blessings, that's what will happen to you. Now, this man, he could have been on code. Okay. Now, one of the things that they were saying is, oh, he was so young. He was so young when he made those tweets. Oh, those tweets, he was young. He was young. No. He was about in his early 20s when he made that tweet. He was out of high school. He was in his early 20s when he made that tweet. Okay. Then, and let's say, okay, early 20s. Okay. All right. Okay. If we want to give him a pass for that, where has he shown us that he doesn't think that way anymore? Because we can't just assume time has changed his mind. He has to show us where he said, hey, I was immature in the past, I was wrong in the past, I don't feel that way anymore. He has to show us that. Where has he shown us that he doesn't feel that way about us anymore? He hasn't. Okay. Let me see. Brother Troyan says, Afro, I don't know if you have seen the trend lately of the white women doing the slave auction like Yes, I have. Yeah, I have. And there was another video. I remember doing the one with the Indian lady with her Nigerian boyfriend, her husband, and she was all like, I like him black and he's straight from Africa. I don't like to crossbreed. I remember doing that one, right? And damn, let me see. And then there was another one. Oh man, I wish I could find it. I don't know where it is right now. Hold on, let me see. I think somebody sent it to me on Instagram. Let me look on Instagram real quick. Let me check that out on Instagram, see if I can find it there. Where is okay, hold on. Oh, okay. There he is. Found it, guys. Hold on. Let me put the audio on for it.
I met him in 2014, but he wasn't on the market yet. So in 2016, he was on the market, and I decided to see if it was a good investment for me. However, the timing wasn't really right. So it wasn't until the beginning of 2018 that I purchased this one. I don't know the exact month or day that I purchased this one, but it was in the beginning of 2018. One thing that I love about this one is he can literally do anything, fix anything. If he doesn't know how to do something, he will learn that day. And I mean, look at him. But one con about this model is he's taking a little bit longer than usual to upgrade to fiance mode. So hopefully soon we'll upgrade to fiance mode. But until then, this is my boyfriend haul. So this is the one that I have. I met him in 2014, but he wasn't on the...
Listen, I don't want to throw up on YouTube because that probably would be bad for the views. But y'all see this? Y'all see this buck broken? I don't know what this man is in the sunken place. Can somebody put like the little tea emoji in the chat if it is like a coffee emoji and tea? Man. This dude is standing just like the other dude, standing up shirtless like he's in an auction, and she's bragging like she just owned a slave. Oh, I bought this one, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know if it was the right purchase to make. And he just standing there smiling and all of that. Yeah. Y'all clowning this man. He said, Nikki, go get your cousin. On the mark. Yeah. And this is starting to become a trend. And this actually, I'm glad that you brought this up, Tori, because this goes into the lies that I tell you that they tell people when they say, oh my God, we don't see race anymore. Love is love. Love is love. I don't see race. I just see you as a person. Where I want you to see the videos. If love is love and they don't see race anymore, where are the videos of the white women doing that to their white boyfriends or their white husbands? Where are the videos? If love is love, if this isn't objectification at its 10th degree, if this isn't that, where are the videos of non-white women doing that to white men? Okay. Where are the videos of that? Why are there only videos of black men standing there like this is some type of slave auction? If love is love. When I tell you guys that they date you, and when I say they, I mean non-black people, specifically white people, when they tell you that they date you because of a fetish and that they do not see you as the same, I really mean that. Those are the lies that they tell you. They don't see you as equals. You mean to tell me that woman right there, let me show it again. You mean to tell me that this woman...
So this is the one that I have. I met him in 2014, but he wasn't on the market yet. So in 2016, he was on the market, and I decided to see if it was a good investment for me. However, the timing wasn't really right. So it wasn't until the beginning of 2018 that I purchased this one.
Do you think that this woman, this white little Karen over here, this Becky over here, you think that she has respect for this man? Do you think so? Shout out to the Shavoy show, because that's where I'm getting this clip from. I want you to get he always posts content like this. You think that she has respect for him? You think that she sees him as a human being like she sees herself? Or does the way she talks and the way she describes their relationship, do you think that she sees herself as better than him, as a more valuable being than he is? I submit to you that she does. I submit to you that she sees herself as more important in the human race than he is. And to be honest with you, I think he thinks so too. I think he thinks so too. I think he thinks that she is more important than him. And that's the way he's acting. He's standing there smiling and chuckling because he believes that she is his come up. He believes that he's married something that's beyond human, or he's dating something that's beyond human. He believes that. Yeah, you can only imagine, exactly. You can only imagine all of the N words and stuff like that. She calls them in bed. I can see you just looking at this image right here. You can only tell the slave play that they do in the bedroom right now. You can only tell that. Oh, they be having. I'm sure, and that's. See, listen. Let me tell you something. If y'all think white women date black men because they just like black men, no, they don't. They like, and oh man, there was another video. Man, there was another video. I hope. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. It might not be able to find, but have you guys seen that video of the? It's like a TikTok. Oh, wow, it's a TikTok, and the white woman, she was sitting up there telling about why, black people, white women date black men. She was all like, because white women aren't used to power. And the only time I'm scrolling through, I'm looking for it as I'm scrolling through. The only time white women feel like they have power is when they date black men. She said that. And this is what it is. She feels like she has power because she enjoys the little slave play. I can't find it, y'all. She enjoys the little slave play fetish that she gets is killing two birds with one stone. She gets the strength of the black man, and then she knows at the end of the day, because we live in a system of white supremacy, she knows that all it takes is one phone call and he's out the paint forever. Just like to bring it back full circle, just like the Central Park 5 Karen. She knew all it took was one phone call, and that was it. That was his death note. The white men use the guns, the white women use the phones. They both use them to kill black people. That's what she knows. And every single last one of them knows that. She knows no matter how much they talk about, oh, you got to find, and I'm talking about the quote unquote red pill divestors, the black men who say, oh, see, it's the black woman who's all of the problems for everything that goes wrong. See, and that's why we need to date Becky's and other non-black women. Those are the stupid simp idiots who can't do nothing right in their life, and they would try to lie to us about dating other black women, and they try to brag about how quote unquote feminine and submissive white women are to their men. First off, they're not. You know how often white women kill their spouse, and white people be killing white people. It's crazy. But they talk about how submissive and feminine white women are to black men. They're not. Okay. Christian Ubumseli's little girlfriend should have taught you that. But on the other hand, they know for a fact all of that. When you are a black man, let me tell some of the brothers out here, when you are a black man and you are dating a white woman, it doesn't matter if you're dating, if you're engaged, if you're married. It doesn't matter how much money you make over her. It doesn't matter your status over her. Because we live in a system of white supremacy, she is always in the superior position. Always. That doesn't mean she's better than you. And I don't want people to think that, because people get triggered when I say white supremacy. Be like, white people are supreme over me. That's not what I mean. But in this system, she is in the supreme position over you. There is nothing that you can do about that. Your money can't change that. Your class can't change that. Your status can't change that. Nothing can change that, because all it takes, she could be a white trailer park trash meth head. And you can be the black football player, athlete, super rich, super high class, and all of that. All it takes is one single call and you're done. One accusation and you're done. Okay? They will always take the white woman's side over the black person. If the case of Emmett Till, if the case of Carolyn Bryant still not being indicted has taught us anything, it's the fact that they will always side with white people. Even if white people confess to lying, even if they confess to being wrong, they will always stick up with white people. You are never in charge. She is always your superior, all the time. No matter what you try to tell yourself, no matter what lies you try to convince yourself, she is always in charge. And she knows that. And you really know that too. All of you little simp Negroes, y'all know that. Y'all know that. The other dude, the Central Park 5 dude, he knew that. He knew when she said, hey, I'm calling the cops and I'm going to tell him a black man is harassing me. He knew what that meant and she knew what that meant. So the black dudes, no matter how much they say, oh my God, I just love you because you're just this great woman. Okay. All right. And the thing is, and let me tell you, the thing is that some of these white women might not be bad. Let's be honest. But it doesn't matter. Because even the ones that aren't still have the power to be. It just takes one. If you guys have, I don't know if you guys are comic book heads or whatever, but there's this comic book novel of the Joker turning into the Joker called One Bad Day. It just takes her to wake up on the wrong side of the bed for you as a black man, your life to be over with. That's all it takes. One bad day from the nicest little poly purebred white girl. It takes one bad day and your black ass is getting locked up or killed. One bad day. It takes you say, you know what? I want a divorce. Okay. Well, all of a sudden, you've been assaulting me my whole marriage. You've been using the R word. You've been R wording, and you guys know what that means. You've been violating. I'm gonna say that you've been violating me physically, our whole relationship, and I've just been too scared to tell anybody. But now that you want to break up with me, then I'm gonna tell everybody now, and that's it for you. And everybody's gonna believe her automatically. She doesn't have to prove anything. You have to prove that you didn't do it. So, okay, y'all want to do what y'all want to do. Christian Ubumseli, yeah, she's in jail now, but you're in the grave, and I don't wish that on you. I'm not happy that happened to you, but I'm saying this is what happens when you make the bed with white women. When you make your bed, you got to lie in it. When you make it with white women, you got to lie in it with them. And when they stab you and kill you, then oh well, that's what you chose to be with. Exactly, white women are very dangerous. And you make a good point. White women, the Beckys and the Brads, they're allowed to have bad days. They're allowed to have bad days. As a black person, you're not allowed to have one bad day. You're not allowed to have one bad mistake. You can't make a mistake. Can't make one. They can make mistakes, and oh my God, it can be a white man. The dude, it doesn't matter what age, they'll always make him a kid. This man can be 50 years old. This young teenager shot up a school with 57 kids. What? Young teenager? He was 60 years old. What do you mean young teenager? This dude was a damn near senior citizen. He's always a kid. When it comes to the damn snow bunnies, she was always abused, no matter what she does. She could be going around slaughtering little babies at a daycare. Oh, this abused little Susan over here. She was abused and it drove her mad. No, get out of here. He says Michael Myers had plenty bad days every Halloween since 1978 and still alive. His superpower, bad days. Yeah, Michael Myers is like the definition of having bad days. You're exactly right. Now, Monique says, white men used to tear white women up. They did. They absolutely did. Slaughter, R word. Everybody sees what it is, but I'm for the YouTube. I'm gonna say R word. Cannibalize their women. It's crazy how I can say cannibalize, but not the R word. But cannibalize their women in Europe. Yep, they did. They used to burn them at the stake. They used to literally burn their women alive. Okay. They have hatred for their men, so black men are the targets and whipping poles for them. Exactly, I agree 100% with that. She says she killed him, popped an opioid, and ate some avocado toast. She really did. And then if you saw, she was at like some type of bar the next day, getting a drink. She was like, "Oh, that murder makes me thirsty. Need something to take my mind off all that stabbing I did yesterday." Just chilling. Like she didn't murder her boyfriend. Even look, when I tell you it's the lies they tell you, when they say they care about you, they don't. They really don't. They really don't. But it's going on 1:00 where I am. Why y'all still up? Y'all still up watching me. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and share. Make sure you guys do that. I greatly appreciate that. We got a decent amount of people in here, considering how late it is. Make sure you guys do that. If you guys want more content, make sure you follow me on my social media, which is the Afro Elite on Instagram. So it's on Twitter. I'm sorry. At the Afro Elite on Twitter, and then Afro Elite on Instagram. Also, too, and I keep forgetting to do this, but I'm gonna do this tonight, right after I get off. Also, too, if you guys have an email, if you guys have any information, I remember in my last broadcast, I was talking about how I'm going to do a review on a lot of local Black-owned businesses because it's, August, and that's, Black Business Month. So I'm going to do a review on a lot of Black-owned businesses. Some people have been calling me saying, oh, you should check this business out. You should check this business out. So now I got an even longer list of businesses that I got to check out. So if you guys want me to check out like some local businesses or some online businesses, you guys can send the email to like a video or their website or something. You can send that at AfroElite10. That's AfroElite10 at gmail.com. Oh, it's only 10:30 in Cali? Okay, well, it's not that late. Okay. It says pinky toes taunting us Black women. Yep. Pink toes taunting us Black women that they're with Black men. Yeah, don't look. And they age, I don't know. They age like milk, unrefrigerated milk. Y'all heard it from me. You say, I'm a night owl, and I don't know how to go to sleep like civilized person. Yeah, I guess me too. Yeah. Now my sleeping habits aren't really the best either. I appreciate you guys still being here. Like I said, I was handling business earlier today. I had to, go take care of something. So I didn't know if I was going to be live. I'm glad I was able to make this live because I really like to keep the routine going of Mondays and Thursdays. Sometimes if something pops up, I might miss it, but I'm glad I was able to come here. I'm glad I was able to see you all. But I've had a long day, so I'm going to get out of here. I encourage you guys to have a good rest of your night. Have a safe weekend, and I will see you all next week. Be one to all my brothers and sisters in the chat room and everybody listening on the playback. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share.